Okay, so we've done the two main things, okay, that are going to help turn you into a booking machine. Okay, so excited. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to log into EZBLAST and you are going to select campaigns, okay? And I'm hoping that the campaign has already been dropped into your EZBLAST. It's called 21 Day Booking Challenge New Consultant. All right. And you're going to look over to the left. And you should have a little box with a pin. And it has start date, campaign name, the start hours, and the end hours. Okay, X out of that. Over to the right, it should say setting. So open up the setting. And this is basically one that I created for my unit. Okay, so this is what it says. And so you want to leave the variables in here perfectly. Okay, so do not mess with the variables. And honestly, don't mess with the sentence structure either, because it's spot on. Okay, I've been using this for a long time and it works. It says, hey, first name. And so that first name is going to populate based on, remember how in your columns in Excel, it has first name, last name. So when you leave that there, it's going to populate that person's name. So it's going to look like an individual message, even though it's a group message, but it's a mass texting. Okay. So everyone's going to get an individual message. It's not a group message like we all hate. Okay. And it says who you are at my new office number. Okay, I'm so excited. Guess who your new beauty consultant is? Me. And in order to complete the first part of my training, I need to practice my presentation skills with people that I'm comfortable with. I'm excited for you to try all the reformulated skincare that I'm completely in love with. And if you're not in love with it, you better be. Would you mind being adventurous and letting me borrow you for practice? LOL, I literally have no idea what I'm doing yet, and I would feel better practicing with someone I trust. And I know you won't judge me if I mess up. Haha. Would you be available this week or next for about an hour? Now, this is for live. And so if you are able to meet with people face to face, it's going to be 100% more effective than virtual. Even though virtual is great, but it's going to be 100% more effective for you for training. Okay. So if you can get people to you, then get people to you. Okay, maybe you can do one or two people at the same time. All right, then what that's going to send out immediately, there's not going to be a delay. Now, if you want there to be a delay, you have to look to the right, and it has a little box with a pen in it. You click on it. So if you want it to go out 2 hours from the time you add the list, then you need to increase the hours and then hit save. Okay, if you want it to go out tomorrow, then you need to have that, because that's going to be where the delay is. Otherwise, if it's all zeros straight across, it's going to send out immediately, and by immediately within the hour. Okay, there might be a delay because of the mass texting. It has to do with the algorithm of the busyness of the lines and stuff like that. So don't worry about it. All right, then the next one is 3 days later, okay? And it says basically, hey, did you receive my text a couple days ago about borrowing your face? Did I mention you'll receive a free gift? Leave that, exactly the way it is. The free gift can be whatever you want it to be: mascara, eyeshadow, eyeliner, whatever, okay? A little bitty hand cream, doesn't matter. 4 days later is the next one. Okay, I'm working hard to finish my Mary Kay goal. Would you be open to setting up a time with me to let me practice my presentation skills? My goal is to practice with 15 friends in the next 2 weeks. And think about this, you guys. 15 friends can be 15 individuals. It could be 3 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 3. Okay. If you be open to sharing your appointment with 3 girlfriends, you qualify for a shopping discount. Okay, it could be 80 for 40. All right, and then a half price item for each friend that purchases product. Okay, 3 days after the 4 days. So so the first one goes out immediately. Then 3 days from that one, it goes, the next one goes out. Then 4 days from that one, the next message goes out. Then 3 days from that one, the next message goes out. Then it skips and it goes to 3 weeks. Okay. And then after that one, it goes to 4 days. Okay. You can add to this if you want to add to this. You totally can. So if you want to change anything in here, you can. You know, it's just, this is what I have my girls doing, and they're doing great with it. Okay. If you want to add anything to this campaign, it says new campaign setting, up at the top right in a black box. You click on that, and then you just put something new in there. Okay. Just remember, if you're going to use those variables, then it has to be percent, first name, percent, and the F and the N have to be capitalized. It has to be exactly correct. Okay. But you can add, you know, like if you wanted to add another one, you could put, girl, let's see, we could type in, you know, hi, and then parentheses, first name, I am, and I would do an exclamation point. I always leave a space after. I don't know if you have to, but I do. Okay, so I do a space and then exclamation point. I'm so close to reaching my practice goal. I'm only a few faces away. Would you be available this week to I don't like the word help, to swing by so I can practice. You always want to also leave you always want to leave people with a question. Okay, if you only can ask one question, it's a statement, it's another sentence about what you're doing. Like it's a, hey, how are you? And then this is what I'm doing. And then, can you support my goal? Question mark. That's always the last one. Last sentence is always a question mark. And then, let's see. And then I would do that one maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 2 days. I would do 2 days. Okay. And then enter. Okay. And then it comes back and it says campaign setting successfully. All right. And then it adds it. You see? Okay. Now, this is what you've got to do. So you got to go back over to campaigns. Okay. So now you have all of your messages in here, and I want to leave you with I want to share this with you. 80% of the sales are made after the 5th contact. So if you have, for me personally, I contact people, whether it's been in a facial box or a referral or, you know, anything, I contact people anywhere from 8 to 13 times. Now, it doesn't mean that it's 8 to 13 times in a month. It's usually 8 to 13 times over the course of 8 to 12 months. Okay, I just keep, until you get a no, it's not an answer. So, just keep that in mind, that, and if you will just use the system the way it's designed to work, people will not start responding back to you until like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th message. And they'll start responding back to whether or not, you know, oh, yeah, oh, I keep meaning to respond. You have to be Johnny on the spot and go, okay, great. Can we meet this week or next week? I mean, you have to be Johnny on the spot with that, and give people options, which I'm sure you're learning how to do that. So anyway, and if you don't know, if you haven't been given a list of responses of how to respond, I probably have it somewhere. I know your director has it or your recruiter has it. So ask one of them first what kind of responses you should be doing, okay? All right, so then, is it a fuzz? Fuzz. All right. Nope, it must be. Oh, I must have smeared. Ha ha ha. Anyway, okay, so you don't have to be perfect on video. It doesn't really matter. I'm not worried. Okay, so now you want to add names to this list. So you have to turn the list on. So you go back to campaigns. Okay, you're going to go to the left-hand side of the 21-day booking challenge. Okay, and you are going to do start date. And I usually just click on the little calendar and then just hit today and it goes in. Okay. And then the campaign name is the 21-day booking challenge, our new consultant. Start hours. Okay. This is up to you. It's going to be based on, the settings are going to be based on your time zone. Okay. I like to contact people between 10 and 2. But it's also helpful to go until like 7 o'clock. So maybe between 10 and 7 or 11 and 7. I'm thinking responding wise, if you work a full-time job, do you get a lunch hour? And is that when you can respond? So like 11 to 7, if it goes out at 11, then can you respond between 12 and 1? And so you just want to kind of keep that in mind. Are you going to be able to respond after 7? And also, you guys, I always encourage people, turn your notifications off. I'll show you how to save the EZBLAST number into your phone so that it doesn't blow up all the time. But turn your notifications off, okay? So that you don't have to respond to people when they respond to you. Okay? So if they respond to you, you don't have to drop everything that you're doing to respond to them. You need to finish what you're doing and respond when you have time. Okay? They're not going to go away. They're not going to go away. Okay? All right. So your start and your start hours. Then you're going to, let's see, let me check something because yours is a little bit different than mine. Okay. Then you're going to click contact lists, and then you're going to have all of your lists come up. What list are you attaching to this? Okay. And then click that list and hit save. Okay. And then if you're ready to start it, then you're going to click start. So push the button. All right. So what's fun is, okay, so go ahead and push that button because I want you to get bookings. So what's fun is you will always be able to see if your list went out. If you look all the way over to the right after the start button, there's like a little arrow that looks like a clock. It's actually an archive number, or it's like a log. And so if you click on that, it'll say contact. It's all blank right now. So contact, and then it says 1, 2, 3, 4. It has all that. So when you add your list, it's going to populate. And so all of the names are going to appear there. Okay. And then as soon as it goes out, the first one's going to go out. All right. And then the next one goes out 3 days later. You will always be able to see who got your message. All right. Let me share with you how to block people really quickly so that you have that going for you at the same time. So while you hit start, so you're ready to go. So you're going to go into text. You're going to hit add list. You're going to call it block, B-L-O-C-K. You're going to hit add. All right. Then you're going to refresh your EZBLAST. Okay. And then you're going to go to keywords and you should see block. Okay. So, what this is going to do is this is going to help people who say stop, unsubscribe, remove, terminate, whatever. It's going to help them go into a setting in your EZBLAST that they never get another bulk message from you again. You can still text them individually, but they will not show up in your database anywhere, and they will show up on a blocked list. Okay, so if they write back blocked, then whatever. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna click the edit button over there. Okay, and you are gonna write, it says block list, it says select list, you're gonna select block, and then these are the words that you're gonna type and put in there. Okay, I try to do, I try to think of every possibility, every combination that I have to do less work. Okay, to block out people that I don't want to be blocked. So the first word you're going to type is stop, S-T-O-P, then enter, then unsubscribe, enter, remove, enter, terminate, enter, and wrong space number. Okay, those are the ones that work the best. All right, what I do in the next part, where you can actually type in whatever you want, I put, thank you, I hate to see you go. Your name has been removed. If you change your mind, let me know. If you'd like to shop, feel free to take $10 off of any $25 order on my website. Just enter opt out in the comments section and enter your payment information. Blessings. And then your name and your website, and then hit save. Okay, and then it says keyword updated successfully. Okay, now you know how to do keyword. So when they text you, I mean, when you text them and they write back block, stop, they're automatically going to go to a block list, and it's going to automatically block them from receiving anything else from you in that campaign. Doesn't that make your life easy? So now you don't even have to think about it. All right, so now you know how to do a keyword, but I'll still go over keywords with you. All right, so that should get you going. If you need to create a campaign, you can. And what you're going to do with that to just create a new campaign is you go to campaigns, add a new campaign. So click on the box at the top. It says add a new campaign, start date, whatever you want it to be. Name your campaign. So is this referrals from fish bowls? Is this referrals from parties? Is this, launch party? What is it? Okay. So name it, your start, your end hours, and then hit save. Okay. Then you're going to hit over to the right. You're going to click on setting, and then new campaign setting. And you will use the variables in there that I showed you. Remember how I showed you the variables are in tips and tools, maybe? Yeah, they're in tips and tools. Under getting started, the variables are all right there. Okay. So if you just really need to worry about first name, and then referred, and then your name would be sender name. So if you wanted to do that. Okay. And then honestly, you just keep adding. So once you add a new campaign, at the settings, you just keep adding new campaign settings, and then just make sure that you adjust your hours, days, weeks, months, things like that. I sometimes throw one in there that said, 45 days after the last message, just to throw it in there. And that's how I end up getting 13 contacts in 13 touches in a year, is because I'll throw in another one. So, okay, so I hope that helps. I'm going to keep track of this, of how many I'm doing for you guys, and I'll keep doing videos to keep getting you acclimated on new settings and things like that, okay? Might take me a couple of days, but I will get to it. You guys have a fantastic day and month end.